Sup everyone, Darkscream217 here, and this is going to be a video response to, well, I'm not sure if it's going to be a video response or two video responses. It depends on how much I talk about this, but I'm responding to two users. The first one is going to be towards Zipblockgory on his video, My Major Problems with Current Anime and Manga. And the second video I'm going to respond to is directed towards Larry from Otaku Assemble, and his video is pretty much titled the same thing, My Problems with Today's Anime and Manga. And Larry's video was already a response to Zipblockgory's video, and I decided I want to add my 2 cents in it and talk about parts of both of the guys' videos, what parts I agree and disagree with, as well as address my issues with some current anime and manga today. I will post a link to the description for you guys to watch their videos. They're actually pretty good videos, pretty thought out, but like I said, there were some parts I disagreed with. My problem with today's anime and manga has hardly anything to do with the Shonen Jump series, even though that's like the most popular and most overly saturated series out there. And people, they're referring to the big three, and if you don't know what the big three is, Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach. As you may or may not know, I tried to give Naruto a chance back in 2006, I believe. Or was it? No, it was 2005. Watched some torrents of it on my friend's computer. 18 episodes in, dropped it. Couldn't even finish the story arc that they were currently on, because it was just so dull, slow paced. It was horribly paced, too many flashbacks. The characters weren't likable enough. Yeah. One Piece, I tried to watch a couple episodes, but it looked like it was going down the same route as Naruto was. And Bleach, I've said it before a year ago, I'll say it again. Yu Yu Hakusho with swords. In fact, shout out to Nairman, who made that video response a year ago, actually backing up my point on that when he said that the original creator had to redo his work because it was too similar to Yu Yu Hakusho. Now, Shonen Jump series. From the get-go, with the exceptions of Dragon Ball Z, I have yet to see Fist of the North Star, admittingly, or JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You've yet to see or read it. And if I am going to check out Death Note, which is something more current, it's probably going to be limited to the manga only, because the anime was just so damn hammy. But there were two Shonen Jump mangas that I actually read / currently reading that I'm only interested in. Nobody really talks about these, or I don't see people talking about it. The first one's called Pretty Face, 6 volumes long. It got canceled early. However, I thought it was a pretty enjoyable read. It wasn't something perfect. The premise was just flat out crazy, though. And there's Bakuman, not to be confused with Bakugan. Bakuman, which is something that the creators of Death Note are currently working on, which is about two kids who are trying to write up a successful manga series so they can become successful, and one of them can get with this woman who wanted to be a voice actress, and they made some crazy deal that if he ever gets a successful manga that gets adapted to an anime, she has to be like a voice, she has to like voice a female character or lead role or something like that. So, judging from what I said, it is nothing like DBZ, Naruto, or Bleach. It's not really an action series. It's more of a romance drama thing. But they talk about the anime community, and I don't know, we must be on separate communities. Zipblockgory, you say that all the videos you see cater only to Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, or just other Shonen Jump stuff like Hitman Reborn and Fairy Tail, which is weird because the videos, I'm sub to a lot of people who do anime reviews and are a bit of a community, and the ones I'm sub to may or may not talk about these shows. And if they do, it's very seldom, but they give other shows, they give other reviews a chance. Such examples of people I watch are Mr. Anime, who is on their YouTube channel LensCap Productions, Who Is Your Anime, who is just a straight up he makes very brief reviews, and I like them because they're the type of reviews that you see, um, whether or not you want to know something about a show. It's one of those reviews that are just straight up recommendations or not non-recommendations, because most reviewers nowadays, admittingly, they review stuff for people who already seen or read manga. Um, and unless if I'm reviewing something negative, I probably will. I wouldn't give away too much out whenever I make a review. I If I give out little information about it, it's probably because I think it's that good, and I want other people to check it out so they can be surprised by what I was surprised about. So, yeah. My horizons have already expanded, but just like Larry said, my taste kind of narrowed. When I was a teenager, actually save all that when I respond to Larry on Otaku Assemble, but it has something to do with his talk about the anime aesthetic. Um, but I do agree with Zipblockgory, but at the same time, I kind of disagree. It's because the people I hang out with, the friends I have, who are anime friends, both online and IRL, they really don't care or discuss the big three shows that much. They may seldomly talk about the other Shonen Jump shows, but I've seen them getting into other things. But and I do visit bookstores on a regular basis, and I never see people like get all giddy for One Piece or Bleach that much. Maybe somebody might just pull out volume and read it, but it doesn't bother me. It's not enough for it to buzzkill me out of anime or diminish my taste. My diminishes came from other things. Um, Another thing he talks about, one of the problems that he has with anime is with licensing companies. He says that the dubs aren't as good as the Japanese dubs. And again, I'm going to have to disagree, but I'll save it for Larry's video because Larry expands more, and I do agree with him more on the whole English dubbing part. But the prices of anime, they are pretty steep, but they're not as bad as they used to be. Um, I never bought VHSs, but I've had friends who did, some older friends. And they would tell me that, like, one cassette would be like $35, and another one, which is just subtitled only, would be even more expensive. And there are shows with 7 or 8 episodes, and they may cost $30. I think that was the example you were bringing up. But it's still not as bad as when I started buying DVDs back in 2004. When I bought Excel Saga Volume 1 at a Suncoast, 5 episodes, $30. And every succeeding DVD, save for Volume 6, had only 4 episodes, same price. And that is pretty damn bad. And I think Funimation re-released Excel Saga, and they probably are selling it between $30 to $50, but that's still a better deal than how it was handled back when it was still owned by ADV. And as for the overall quality of DVDs, again, I'm gonna have to disagree with you there, buddy, because I do think DVDs, a lot of them are just quality made, or I really don't see a huge quality differences. Even when it comes to like Blu-ray, I saw a couple episodes of Eden of the East on Blu-ray. I don't see how this would be any different, how the experience would be any different if I were to see it again on DVD or torrented or whatever. Speaking of which, I am not a big fan of torrented shows. I may watch a couple streamed shows from Crunchyroll, but torrents aren't my thing, especially if it's a torrent of a show that I that of a show that's already licensed. if it's licensed, and if I am that interested in the show, whether the company is has the DVDs out of print or not, I will go and find it. Because I've been having this kick lately, in order to get me a little more interested in anime again, to bring back that anime aesthetic, I've been getting a kick of buying some DVDs, used DVDs, of old anime that were from the 90s, from the ADV era, or the era from Central, I think it was Central Park Media or US Manga Corps, whatever company it is, the one that used to be in New York. And it's mostly both good and bad animes. I picked up Garzy's Wing, which was an anime made in the mid-90s, and it's considered by most fans to be the worst of the worst. And if you've seen the show, you would know why. But I'm sorry. I have to take a break here. Okay, I'm back on track. Sorry, I got sidetracked. I was basically saying that I would even go and pick up some very old, very outdated, out of print DVDs if I can find them. I don't really look for them like the way Larry says. It's more like they find me more than I find them, because I don't even expect to see them on a FYE shelf. Like here, let's see, what's a good example? There, copy of Devil Hunter Yoko, Collector's Edition, Volume 1. I have Part 2 right down here somewhere. But I found this a couple weeks ago for $11. Collection 2 is about the same price, so it racked me up about $22. And it is actually ADV's first licensed title. Somebody commented in an older video of mine, correcting me on that. Yeah, it is ADV's first licensed title. And I don't know, it's probably difficult finding a copy of Devil Hunter Yoko now, because the company that released this, ADV, well, they became Section 23 or Sentai Filmworks or whatever. I keep hearing different stories. But the company's now like in a completely different path. They don't have the same licenses as they used to. But I lucked out. I found this because one day I was just browsing for anime, just for the off chance that I might see some, and I picked it up. And speaking of Devil Hunter Yoko, it has a lot of elements of ecchi, and it does. Even the freaking synopsis says, and you thought your puberty was tough. The first episode actually had the main character almost raped. I'm not gonna lie, that's what happened. About the whole yeah, Zipblockgory. He explained that one of his other problems with anime today is that there's too much ecchi. And I don't think that that's the case. I just think that you can find it easier, because most ecchi anime is usually on the obscure non-shonen jump stuff, like Burn Up Excess. That's another anime that was in the 90s. Tenchi was a bit ecchi. No, it was pretty damn ecchi. All the Tenchi shows, almost all of them really. So, and besides, speaking of High School of the Dead, yeah, there was a lot of fan service into it. Yeah, it was kind of off-putting, but it wasn't a buzzkill for me to like the show, to hate the show. I thought it was what it needed to be, just the mindless zombie killing series. And for me, that was fun, and I am planning on picking up the DVD sometime by the end of this month. I think that's all I wanted to say towards Zipblockgory. You said that there's not enough anime fans on YouTube talking about other stuff. And I'm gonna sub to you. I'm gonna see if I can find some of your older videos. Mostly I was browsing through your section. You seem to be talking about DC Comics a lot. And I'm planning on seeing those videos too. If they're good, I might recommend it to another friend of mine. I'm going to see what other anime discussions that you have of your older videos, if you have any, and I'm going to watch them and see what I think of them. And I may post a comment or two. Alright, so that was for Zipblockgory. I'm now going to move to Larry on Otaku Assemble. Alright, see you there.